Welcome everyone. Today I would like to share with everyone a question that is taken from a Secondary 2 G3 Mathematics paper in 2022. And this is from ACS Barker, Paper 1, Question 12. This topic is from algebraic expressions. So looking at the question, it says simplify 5 out of x plus 1 minus 2x out of x squared plus 2x plus 1 divided by 3 out of 2x plus 2. It's quite a mouthful. So how do we simplify this? We have to understand what the question is asking when we are told to simplify something. So when we are asked to simplify something, it means to basically put all these terms into one fraction, a single fraction. And how are we going to do that? Well, there are steps. So the very first thing is to combine the two fractions that's within the ordinary bracket while leaving the third fraction untouched. So how do we combine the two fractions in there? Now let me just start by copying down the question. So we have now the next step is to combine it with the same denominator. We call it common denominator. And how do we know what makes the common denominator? We have to look at both denominators of the fractions and see if they can be factorized. And from there we could extract out and find out what the common denominator is. So for the very first fraction, it has already been factorized. It remains as denominator x plus 1. For the second denominator, we realize that it is in the quadratic format, and so what we need to do to this part is we have to factorize it, if possible. So how do we factorize? I will go by the cross method. Right, so from here, you can actually see that the denominator can be factorized into the form x plus 1 squared. We can combine both fractions now using a common denominator of x plus 1 whole thing squared. Now let's see, for this first fraction, denominator is only one time of x plus 1. So in order for both denominators to be the same, I will need to multiply both numerators and denominators by x plus 1. Okay. And in tidying up, the next line will look something like this. We have same denominator, and now we can combine the fractions in here. Pardon me. Next, let's look in the numerator of the combined fraction, because this is something that can be simplified. So we're going to simplify this next. It starts by expanding. And I'm continuing to simplify the numerators here by combining like terms. Moving up, I will have following that, realize that, I could also factorize my denominator on the right hand side, on the second fraction. Now that the first fraction is kind of settled, it's already tidied up, let's take a look at this. And what can be factorized out? Well, using common factor, 2 is a common factor of each term. Finally, with one fraction dividing by another fraction, we apply keep, change, flip. To proceed on, we keep the first term, we change the sign into its opposite sign, multiplication, and we flip, basically taking the reciprocal of the second fraction. Now let's simplify by looking at how we can bring this entire expression into its simplest form. Are there common factors? Well, if you look between 3x plus 5 and 3, there is no common factor. But if you look between 2 multiplied by x plus 1 as well as x plus 1 squared, you realize that the common factor here, numerator and denominator, is an entire x plus 1. So we divide both numerator and denominator by 1 time of x plus 1. And from here, you will end up with the final answer. And this will be it. So hopefully you have learned a thing or two from simplification of algebraic expressions. See you in the next one.